Yo, 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 it's your boy Mind Dialogue, back once again, sharing info for you to comprehend. And before you know it, you'll start to ascend. What's up, Dialoguers? It's your boy Mind Dialogue. We're here for another session. I recorded a video last night, but it looks like it didn't save properly. I'm going to try to bring you through this as efficiently as possible. So I was giving you an update of what happened yesterday in the market and how essentially I'm going to show you here. I missed the first move going up. Let me see. Did I take mine? Let me see if I see it here. I knew y'all were coming down. So we got a beautiful move coming down right now. Real time in the market. 10:43 a.m. on the 5th of August. Let's see here. Let me see if I find the move from yesterday that I missed. I believe this is, I think this is it right here. So before we jump into it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, support the Cash App if you feel so inclined. Cash App is $MoneyDialogue. Email for free private session is minddialogue.business@gmail.com. So yesterday, before pre-market, part of my issue and where I kind of messed up in terms of the preparation was I didn't make up in my mind whether I was going to trade or not, right? I did have all my levels and things framed out, and I dropped my son off to camp. And then I came back home and I was like, you know what? It looks like I have a little free time before I have my work meeting to be able to trade. And so I had my levels. I framed out a couple channels and things like that for the morning and saw that essentially once market opened, we popped above. Let me make it thick here. We popped inside of this stick. This thing is going slow. We popped inside of this thick black ascending channel. Let me exit out some of this stuff. So we hopped up inside of this channel. I apologize for the delayed movement here, y'all. This thing's going slow. I don't know why. What is this right here? Okay. So we popped inside of this black channel. Well, we were kind of in it already, and then we popped up above this purple area. So I'm going to show you where I initially saw price action. It was moving really quick. Why am I on the 4 minute? I'm supposed to be on the 5 minute, but whatever, same difference. We're moving really quick, y'all. And so I didn't fully I should have trusted myself more because I've been doing this so much now. I kind of know or have a high probability and confidence to see what's going to happen, but my mind just wasn't in the right place. And so once we popped up here, we broke up above this purple descending channel that's going down towards the right and back, and essentially got support right here off the bottom of this bigger black channel. I saw price action kind of right here. We're going really quick. I did have a key liquidity level there at the 626 area that we popped up above. So I got a couple confluences or more than one confirmation that I should have jumped in the move going up. I didn't. We started moving. I could have made a nice profit and gain off of that move. And as you can see, they were moving really aggressively. Once they went up, they went and hit the top of the channel, which was where I was expecting. Essentially kind of went into this consolidation movement, but stayed, didn't run a comeback down the channel and just kept going up and higher and higher and higher. So that's kind of what happened yesterday, right? Then we went into aftermarket and we got this crazy looking candle here. So this candle, I haven't seen a candle. I don't know if I've ever seen a candle like this before. This is wild. They basically cleared this one candle. Now, mind you, I'm on the 4 minute. I'm supposed to be on the 5 minute, but it doesn't matter. I'm on the 4 minute. So essentially in 4 minutes, they went from 631.61 all the way up to 637. So that's purely algorithmic, and I'm pretty sure it happened really, really quickly as soon as market opened. And so what happened was they bought it up extremely quickly and then sold it back down extremely quickly. So it looks like they bought up a lot of demand, or bought, jumped into the market and then unleashed a bunch of supply. So with them unleashing so much supply, they basically put supply out there on the market for others to take advantage of, which means that they probably put it out there for folks to grab that supply, and then they're going to add to it, creating like the snowball effect. So we're like consolidating a little bit in pre-market, and then I identified some other key areas, and as you can see here, we went back up in here. I wasn't even using this particular chart, but this would have been a good one to use because we manipulated back up inside, or inside of this, yeah, back up inside this red candle off of the cusp of the bottom of that bigger black channel, and they sold off very heavy. Beautiful move. And we're all the way down here at 627.14 currently. Now, just to give you some context, so yesterday I tried to get a reversal going back down after I missed a move going up, and got a couple of contracts of the same strike price. We'll talk about that in the future, about what strike price and all that stuff means. But they basically stalled me out. As you can, let's see here, this whole move here, let me take some of this off. All this stuff right here, they basically stalled me out on this move. There was just choppiness, no real direction, or they were going up, but it's very slow. So I missed that part of the move. And then this morning, I jumped in a little too early, right? So I had to sell off. I basically sold off because it was doing something I didn't like and started going against me. And then when I saw that they were just manipulating and playing games, I jumped back in. And then I was able to finally catch the move properly. So you can see here, this was kind of like the setup that I detected. Let me see if I could go a little closer. I got the 626 put contracts, and they're currently at, wow, they're doing beautifully. They're currently at $181. I sold off really early at 103. I got in at 66, I believe. So I got in too early, had to sell them off, and then I jumped back in the same contracts. Let me see here. Yeah, I ended up getting in at $66 and sold off at 103, which is pretty good. That's what, from 66 to 103, 34, 37 out of 66. That's over 50%. So that's a nice little profit move right there. So yeah, as usual, I set the context up. I had my discount levels, and you can see what happens on the cusp of the discount levels, right? We were operating up inside of this channel. We started consolidating to the side, and then we hopped into this descending channel going down. I was able to detect that. Also in this bigger descending channel with the red parallel lines, some important levels here, but you can see I got the 21-minute measurement endpoint. This is what I did my analysis also on the 21-minute time frame, and then I had the 21-minute discount level, which was also in alignment with open this morning. And then you can see we wicked into it 3 different times, right? And then they got sent down beautifully once we came back below. And so I basically, this was a confluence area for me, and I knew once we came back down to that area, we were gonna start moving because there were a bunch of different trend lines that essentially aligned right there in that area. As you can see, you got the bottom of the red descending channel, you got Let's see what else you got. You also got this descending smaller black channel, right? And then you got a key level right there. So I tagged a circle right there. And I think that's, yeah, once we broke below that, that's where my entry was, and you can see just a very beautiful move down that we were able to catch. Let me see here. So once this loads up, my bad, y'all. Let's go over. This thing is going so slow. I don't know why this thing going so darn slow, y'all. Let's see. Are you moving? Jeez. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I still have some of those key levels that I had from before. Remember that key liquidity area, that 626.17? That was very important. That's really where I ultimately think they want to target, in all honesty. I think that's where they're going to ultimately target. And then let's see here. So yeah, here it is again, where we're operating. Yep. So finding the channels are super important. I know I went on a lower time frame and found this channel going up, right? And once we hit the top, we started coming out of it. This was a head and shoulders to the right. I'm gonna erase all of this really quick to show you the head and shoulders. This thing is sucking right now, y'all. My bad. I don't know why it's going so slow. So let's see here if I can detect it properly. Trying to see. I saw it better last time. I'm trying to see. Was that on a lower time frame? Let me see here. How much time? 18 minutes. We're almost done, y'all. I'm just trying to see if I can detect this head and shoulders that I saw. Yeah, it might have been this right here. Although it looked a lot better when I was looking at it. It might have been like, so this was the right part of the shoulder, and I saw that it was lower than the left side, but this is not the exact one I saw. This isn't as clean as the one that I really saw. Put all my stuff back on here. Let me go to a different one. Yeah, I think it was this right here. It was just, so this is the 21 minute. Let's see. Essentially what I was looking at was like this whole scheme right here. I was looking at this scheme right here. And so because I had this channel right here, this basically created the stop of the right shoulder and made it lower than this left shoulder over here. And once I saw that, I said in my mind, we're coming down. And that's exactly what happened. So this is something really key that you all can do when you start identifying the proper like head and shoulder setups within the context of price action, and then you use like channels and different trend lines to help create parameters and even key levels. It'll help you to identify, because when you can identify or project, speculate, whatever you want to call it, with a high probability the direction that it looks like we want to go, and start setting up the parameters, you can be able to see that. Because once I saw this right shoulder started forming, we had this smaller channel here, and I knew we were going to reject at the top once we got in here. That stopped it to make it lower than this right shoulder portion. That kind of gave me my indication that we were going to go down. So yeah, this probably looks a little bit better. Now what's interesting is it was creating a left another head and shoulders going up. So you had this part had this going up, right, where you got the head portion right here, but the right shoulder was higher, but it was within the context of this channel. They used the right shoulder to manipulate out of this channel. Once we started rejecting that, they manipulated again one more time, and then we started the new head and shoulder, this pattern that I just drew before, right? So that pattern was essentially done. Typically we would get support off of the head, but we broke structure of the head portion as we were creating the new head and shoulder to go down. So once that one finished, we started this new one, and that's essentially what happened. Yep. See, it's right here. The shoulder, the right shoulder was lower. It looks like it potentially could be higher, but if you go in closer, you could see what. Well, one of the other things that I looked at was key was, again, this is the 5-minute time frame we're on. When you go in closer, this is another gem that I'm giving you all. So, oh, here it is. This looks better as I stretched it out. That makes much more sense. All right, now this looks better to me. Here's what I was looking at for right here. This is what I was looking at. Now it looks like they look relatively equal, but it really spans from over here. It's really from over here because this portion's higher. So look, I'm gonna strike a line through the highest body candled over here, and we're gonna see how we respect it in price action recently. So let's look here. I strike the line in. Let's make that a little bit less thick. Let's do it right there. We're gonna make it orange, right? So I struck a line through the highest body on this left shoulder, essentially, right there. And then if you look over here, no bodies breach, starting from right here, you don't have any bodies that breach that level. And then once we get ready for the send off, look what happens. It's nothing but wicks. So they're just selling into that to push us down, and look what happened. Beautiful move. So essentially this right shoulder, very discreet, was lower than this left shoulder. We went higher in terms of the wick, but the bodies were lower. So they're just little subtle key things that they do to kind of throw you off. And if you're not locked in, that's why you really just have to have your head in the game when you're trading, because if you're not locked in, this is how they throw you off with little things like that. So we're able to get the win back. Yesterday sucked because I risked more than I wanted to, took a bigger loss than I wanted to. It was still within the confines of what I ultimately was willing to go down to. And then today I kind of got back some of that, so I'm happy about that. So we're just going to keep pushing back up and really make this thing happen. So it's really about like trusting your setups. And again, this entry point right here where all of these levels and trend lines converged right here, that was key for me. That's what let me know once we broke that, we're able to get the entry. I wanted to take it to the 50%. I sold slightly before. I probably sold like I think I sold about probably around right here, I believe. Probably sold like right there. most likely, or slightly below. And I was able to get, you know, that move. So I basically was able to, because I got out at a decent place, I was able to cover my losses for the first trade and then come back and be green for the day. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, that's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed, got some gems. Please hit me up again. Hit me up via email if you just want to go through some things that you're thinking about. You want to enhance and just improve your analysis and trading journey. Email is minddialogue.business@gmail.com. That's MINEDIALOGUE.business@gmail.com. If you want to support the Cash App, it is MINEDIALOGUE. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I want to hear from you. I hope y'all had a good session. I hope there was at least one piece of a gem that you were able to take away from this. Enjoy the rest of your day on purpose, y'all. I appreciate you.